What's going on, people? Welcome back to Jersey TV. Back again. It's the Nufc news. We're going to talk about Paul Mitchell. We're going to talk about yesterday's game as well. So I've got two guys to support us again, and it's good afternoon to Tony and Pete.
Yeah, right, John.
Hi, John.
Fantastic stuff, guys. And guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. And the numbers is going up all the time. And also, if you'd like to become a member, this is the link. It is just 99p. And also as well, that it doesn't cost a lot. Please help us support me membership as well on my channel as well. It is the 99p, no less, and absolutely no more than that as well. Right, let's go on to England. England won again on penalties, and only just, by the way, we had to do it the hard way again. I'll start with you, Pete. Had to do it the hard way yet again, and again, it wasn't that great. We got through.
It was still shocking, John. I must admit, to be honest, I didn't get the formation in a way. Was it three at the back? Was it the same 4-2-3-1? Because it was up front. It was attacking wise that looked a bit strange. Like Phil Foden's been playing as a left. It looks like he was the same side as what Saka was at times as well. It was very hard to predict what the formation was. It's still not great though, John. This too many sideways back passing when we've got a chance, and I'm getting really paid off with certain players now. And one of them is Harry Kane. I'm sorry, he needs to be taken out of that England team immediately, or I immediately post on social media, the guy should just be retiring from international football right now. I am sick of this guy either doing this or just doing this. Trotting it at snail's pace just to get in the box. Mm-hmm. Look how many chances Saka puts in the balls in the box. Where's Harry Kane? He's non-existent. He's either outside the box or stand on the centre circle, or he's even miles away from getting in the box. John.
I agree. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I like Harry Kane, but I don't think he has a good
He's been lazy, John. If people
That's
say if he's playing with an injury, why is he playing then?
Yeah, fact. We got people like Ollie Watkins on the bench as well. You got Ivan Toney on the bench.
And we didn't need Kane for the penalties yesterday as well. Look how look how well we didn't need him for the penalties yesterday. Sorry, Harry Kane out the side for the next game immediately.
Yeah, I see your point, Pete. He doesn't look.
And then you've got it. And then if Toney starts in the game against Holland, he will make those runs like he does. Because I'm getting fed up with Harry Kane not doing that. But there's a great opportunity and it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone begging because no one else is there. And Harry Kane's just nowhere to be seen now, unfortunately. But it's not great, John. It's not convincing. It's going to be hard against Holland. If we get through and get the final, it'll be great. But if it's against Spain in the final, I don't fancy us to beat Spain, unfortunately. No. I really, really don't.
Nah.
It's not been a good Euros for England. We're just scraping through by our teeth completely. It's hard football to watch, John. It really, really is.
110%, guys. 110%, mate. And I'm not entertained at all whatsoever. Big up to Explore the Northeast. Hope you're well, mate. Hi to you, mate. And hi to JK. I hope you're great, John. Even good afternoon to Ian. I hope you're great. Hi to David. Hope you're good. Paul Mitchell was the number one choice, and the best part of that, he was Man U's number one choice as well. We get him, and they paid 10 mil to the snake win-win. We're going to talk about Paul Mitchell later on in the show. So don't go away for that one. Big up to Mr. Eaton. I hope you're okay, mate. Big up the time. G. Kane was just awful. I literally watched him most of the match of the ball. He was walking unfit, uninterested.
I'm not going to disagree there. He looked absolutely uninterested. And look at the way he doesn't even try to use his strength as well. He's getting beaten off the ball when he's trying to get it, or the defenders or another player's just far too stronger than him at the moment.
Yeah, fat. Absolute fat. And hi to Jules. Hope you're well. Good to see you back on the game, mate. Hi to George again, Jules. Hi to Mad Dog, Mad Mag. So saying hi to everyone in the chat. And let's go through this as well. I feel sorry for Gordon. And why on earth take him? You're not going to play him, and Kane's holding back the team. Tony or Watkins should play it. Do you know what it is, Tony? I think that's just correct.
Yeah, I mean, look, I see where Pete's coming from on the game, but I've got to disagree with him in places because, look, I thought England played a lot better yesterday than they have played in the last 4 games. Let's be honest. The system changed. The system he played yesterday was a 3-4-2-1 formation with a back 3 of Walker, Stones and Konsa. And remember, we come into this tournament with people worrying about our defence. And Gay's been playing well, and he was out suspended yesterday. Konsa came in, and Konsa, I thought, had a cracking game yesterday for England.
I thought he would did, yes, as well.
He stopped a certain goal going in as well, because in the first half, when he got his body in front and the ball trickled through to Pickford. So I thought Konsa played all right. He stepped up, considering that was only his 7th cap yesterday, you know, and to come into a big match, which is in the quarter-final of the Euros, I thought he did really, really well. And look, first half, you could see what we were trying to do. We were trying to get the ball forward, but Switzerland plays so compact. And what you had to try and do with Switzerland is you got to try and move them around like you'd move chess pieces around. And that's what we were trying to do. The only disappointing part in our first half was when we had that corner and Trippier passed it. And then it went from Trippier, I think, to whoever it was after that. Then it went back to Pickford. And I was like, well, what a waste of a corner that was. Why wasn't it put in the box, you know? So I thought that was a stupid corner. But, I mean, look, second half comes. Okay, they get the goal. I mean, look, they got lucky. I mean, Cher put the ball through to the winger. He put the cross through. It took a deflection off Stones. Yeah. I think he was trying to kick it out for a corner, but he couldn't get his full foot on it. And Bolo got in front of Kyle Walker, put his foot out, stuck it in the back of the net. At that point, I'm thinking, Christ, 15 minutes to go. What are we doing? Where's the substitutes? You know, that's another thing. You know, only twice in this tournament we've brought substitutes on just after 60 minutes. We haven't done it since. And he brought 3 subs on, including Luke Shaw. Now, let's be honest, when Luke Shaw come on, I thought we looked a lot better with Shaw on the pitch, if I'm honest. And this guy's been out since February, don't forget. And a few minutes after them subs being on, I think it was Abhishek on that side he lost Saka. That was his problem. He let Saka go inside him. And when Saka done that, he got onto the box, on the edge of the box, put the shot in, and a lovely shot that went straight past Sommer, kissed the post on the way in. What a brilliant goal from Saka. I was off my sofa jumping for joy when that went in. And look, we could have won that. And after we scored that equaliser, we looked more like the team to win that in 90 minutes because we just went for it. We got stronger. Extra time obviously came. I mean, look, Rice's shot was a rasping shot. Beautiful shot. That was on target. That was going in. And Sommer made a tremendous save. Absolute tremendous save. You know, and we could have had Sommer at Newcastle United a couple of years ago because he's on a free transfer, but we didn't go for him. You know, if it was him and Pope competing, I would rather have him and Pope competing than having Dubravka as second choice for last season because, tell you now, with Pope being out last season, if we'd had Sommer in our goal, we wouldn't be finishing 7th. I'll tell you that now. We would be finishing a lot higher on that table. Dubravka cost us a lot of points, which stopped us finishing higher on the table. But anyway, he produced that marvellous save, went to penalties, and look, every penalty England put in the back of the net was spot on. Not one of them penalties was crap, you know. And probably the most, you know, I'm going to say the most probably arrogant penalty out of that lot was Ivan Toney. Did not even look at the ball. He just looked at the goalkeeper, giving him the eyes. And I tell you now, that is a skill that is not hard. That is hard to do. And if anybody thinks it can step up, hit a ball, and score a goal from a penalty spot without looking at the ball, then, you know, that takes a lot of practice. And he must have been practicing that for a lot of years because, you know, that's a skill in itself. He's not even looking at that ball. He could miskick that ball or anything. But he's got his ability and he knows what he's doing, and he put that in the back of the net. And that's arrogance at its best. And I love to see a bit of arrogance like that. You know, like Bellingham, look what he's done to Sommer, sat him on his arse and put the ball the opposite side. You know, people say he's arrogant. but I think he's great. I love his arrogance from Jude Bellingham, you know. Saka, that was probably the best moment of the night when he stepped up and scored that penalty, because the amount of racist abuse he got 3 years ago for missing that penalty was absolutely disgusting. And I'll say that now. And I hope all those racist people who throw racist insults at Saka are all eating humble pie now, because you're a disgrace. But they're probably the same people cheering now that he scored yesterday. And, you know, and as I say, Alexander-Arnold, that was probably never in doubt that he was going to put that in the back of the net. Because from dead balls, Alexander-Arnold is deadly. We all know that. We know what he's like. He's done it against us from free kicks. So, look, it's a win. We're through. We could say we're scamming our way through this tournament, you know. But then the Dutch aren't playing so well. But the French, I mean, Pete says obviously we're not playing well, but the French aren't playing well.
Well, they aren't.
The French haven't scored a goal from open play in this tournament at all. And they're in the semi-finals. We scored goals from open play, but they haven't. They've had 2 own goals and a penalty. That's got them through to the semis. And then they won on penalties against Portugal because Joe Felix hit the post.
That was a shocking penalty, that.
It was, wasn't it?
But France, you know, you can talk about England being poor, but France have been absolutely shocking. How are they in the semi-finals? You know, and it's beggars belief. It's beggars belief that they got through. If they don't up their game on Tuesday against Spain, France will be going home on Tuesday night. Because I'll tell you now, Mbappe doesn't look that great of a player at the minute. I don't know if his broken nose is affecting the way he's playing. But even the likes of like Griezmann and that, then seem to be not stepping up. So England and France have probably scammed their way through the semis. But I believe we'll put on a performance against Holland. And I think the thing with Holland is they'll play proper football.
They will.
They'll come out and play. Not like say Slovakia's who play low block and Switzerland who want to play compact. They'll actually come out and play, which will fall into our hands. But I agree with Pete. I think Kane has to be dropped on Wednesday. If we want to get to that final, I would rather put Tony in there rather than Watkins, if I'm honest. And I think Tony could pull their defenders apart and create chances for other players. But I also think not just Kane needs dropped, I think Foden needs dropped as well.
I agree.
I don't think Foden's been that great in this tournament, if I'm honest. And, you know, I would rather we went with Anthony Gordon left wing to give with that width and take Foden out and leave Bellingham there as the sole number 10. Because, look, we've got no width on that left-hand side and we need it. That's the problem. But, you know, look, the end of the day, yes, people might not like Gareth Southgate. They might have that problem. But look, just get behind the lads. Don't worry about Southgate. Get behind the lads. And let's hope we can get to that final next Sunday in Berlin. And whether it's Spain or France, do you know what? Let's have a go. Even if we take the penalties, I'm not worried about we're going to penalties now. What's the fuss about? We can score from penalties. We've proven it. Every player that took that penalty yesterday are all penalty takers in their own right. So they know how to take penalties. Okay, Trent doesn't take as many at Liverpool because obviously Salah takes them all. But look, every single one of them players put them penalties away spot on. Fabian Schär, I thought, was a very lucky man to stay on that field yesterday. He should have been sent off. And look, as a big Toon fan here, look, I like Schär, but I thought yesterday, Schär was one of the luckiest players going. He reminded me, Schär, yesterday, of the Slovakian Kučka, who played last week, who should have had a red card as well against us. The amount of fouls he was putting in, the amount of tackles he put in before he got substituted, he should have been sent off, you know. And Fabian Schär should have gone yesterday, but the referee, I thought, was very good yesterday. He went up to Schär and he said, one more of them fouls and you're off. And I thought, well said, referee. And after that, Schär stopped because Schär must have thought, it doesn't matter. I'll get away with it until the referee told him no more. But yeah, I mean, as we speak now, obviously Switzerland are having some sort of homecoming party in Zurich for the players now because they're all back in Switzerland now. So they're having some sort of civic reception. But look, we've got the semis. We're playing Holland. Holland aren't that great, let's be honest. I mean, look, they scraped past Turkey. Turkey were poor last night. They were great, Turkey, in places. But the goals they conceded, I mean, they give De Vries the freedom of Berlin. They just said to him, have a header, mate, have a header, put it wherever you want, you know. And De Vries must have thought, Jesus, I've never had this much freedom before. And he picked his spot, and the ball went in. And for the second goal, that was just comical defending. You know, no goal. And yes, okay, Turkey tried to attack and get the game and tried to get an equaliser. Verbruggen made a very good save towards the end. But look, Turkey's own downfall was them two defensive calamities they done. You know, if they hadn't have had them defensive calamities, we would be playing Turkey in the next round. And I'll tell you what, there is a Turkey player on there last night that really, really impressed me. And I would love to see him at Newcastle United. Because
keep talking, guys.
Plays for Galatasaray, and his name is Yilmaz.
Yes.
Now, what a player he is, right? He's rated 15 million quid. He can play left wing and right wing. Well, we need a right winger.
Yep.
And I mean, in the Euros, he's done all right. Obviously, he hasn't scored or assisted in the Euros, but then Turkey's one of those teams. But if you go into the league, the Turkish league, he scored 6 goals and got 6 assists last season for them, Galatasaray. I don't know how he got on in the Champions League. He got 1 assist in the Champions League in 6 games, but he only played 20 minutes per game. But he was a sub. But Yilmaz looked really good last night, and I thought, yeah, apparently Tottenham are looking at him as well. And I thought, yeah, Yilmaz, he looks a decent player. But even if he's not a starter and he's a bench player, somebody to come off the bench and go on the right wing, you know, or the left wing, depending where you want to put them. Have you seen him play, Pete? Because last night I thought he had a
I did catch the second half of the game, actually, majority of the second half of the game. And yeah, he looks a really, really good player as well. So yeah, and we do need that position sorted out as well. I think that is the main priority is the right wing. That's probably where we're going to make the marquee signing there as well. Because that wasn't one of the greatest areas last season. Miggy had a poor season. Murphy did well at times. So, but we need that big right-sided player now. Yeah,
because Yilmaz would be a good signing to have on the bench and to bring off if you wanted to change a game or whatever, because he's got the pace, and when teams are tiring, he's the type of player that you could say, right, get on there and go and get us a goal or help us get a goal, you know. But one thing I did see yesterday, which I was very disappointed in, and this was like yesterday morning, not so it was well before the game, and maybe you two might not agree either with him. Now, Rory Jennings on TalkSport, he said Trippier, get it? This is what he said. He says Trippier has been England's worst player in the Euros, and it's Trippier's fault that England are playing so bad.
What?
That's what he said. He said Trippier has been the worst player. He says, and why does Southgate not get him out of the team? He says, I am sick of seeing him in that team. This is from Rory Jennings, and he says, Southgate needs to understand that Trippier's not good enough. Get him out. He's been poor for Newcastle, and he's absolutely dross for England. He's been the worst player in the tournament.
I disagree with that
completely. And I disagree as well, because I think he's been outstanding, because even Southgate has praised him and said...
He's the one that needs the rocket up the arse is Harry Kane.
Absolutely, John. Pete, sorry.
Pete.
I mean, that's the thing he said. That's what Southgate said. He said, Trippier's been excellent, he says, because he's talking to everybody with his experience, talking, and people are understanding what he's trying to tell them. He's trying to get them into positions and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah. But Rory Jennings, though, I just don't get where he's come from on that one. I mean, what do you think about that, John, Rory Jennings?
I'm hiding in a minute, by the way, guys, but I'll be back in soon. That's just for me. He can be a bit controversial, but he can be a bit honest as well. By the way, when he comes out and say things, he gets a lot of things right, but on this occasion, I think he's got this one wrong. Yes, I don't think Trippier's been that great, but there's other players that hasn't been that great either. I mean, Phil Foden, for example, he hasn't even mentioned him. I think he's had a shocking tournament in a minute. Like, do you know what I mean? Harry Kane, well documented. He's haven't mentioned this name neither. Yeah, but to single out Kieran Trippier, I'm sorry, that ain't good enough. Yeah, we all know he's not been playing well. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't know what's going on with the guy, but something off the pitch is concerning him, I think, and it hasn't been working out. We're not going to Tony, but if you see what I mean, I do. Yeah. I just hope that he picks up by the new season. Personally, I mean, when the new season starts, I play with a mentor there. I'll drop. This is going to be a shock to a lot of people. I'll drop Trippier because he hasn't been that great. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's been that great.
I don't think he's been bad in the Euros, John. I think he's been all right. The only problem
is he's done all right. He's done okay.
Playing him at left back's just not his position.
It's just not his position, is it? No. He's having to play that because we took a left back who was barely fit and only came on and only came on yesterday, which I thought he was okay. He was okay. He wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, but remember, he's been out since February.
Well, he has. It's going to take a bit of time, that's all I think.
I think he'll start on Wednesday, actually, sure.
I wouldn't. Would you risk throw him straight in? He's been out since February, that's the thing.
I don't know why we don't put Gomez there. He can play left back.
Yep, absolutely. But it's just, what does Anthony Gordon got to do to try and get a chance in the England team now?
He came on and I saw on a post that was from a non-Newcastle fan, and he said Anthony Gordon produced the ball in the tournament and hasn't been seen since. And that was against Slovenia when he came on for that 1 minute. When he had 4 minutes. And the thing is, we'll bring them on for that 4 minutes. Even if Southgate doesn't play him anymore, means he can't change allegiance to another country because he's now played a competitive game.
It's just, what on earth? Eze's not a left-sided player. He doesn't play there for Palace.
Eze hasn't done a lot for me. I mean, he had that shot yesterday, but he snapped that real wide.
He got it wrong, but he's not a left-sided player.
No.
The guy plays as a CM or an attacking CM for Palace. He doesn't play as a left-sided winger.
It's like a 10, isn't he, for Palace?
Yeah.
But it's not great, is it? I mean, obviously Bruno's out of Copa America now because Brazil got beat on penalties off Uruguay.
Yep. Oh, yes.
They play Colombia next week. And Argentina take on Canada.
Yep.
I think Uruguay will beat Colombia, and I think Argentina will absolutely take apart Canada. And it'll be an Argentina-Uruguay final, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although Colombia could win, but I don't think they will. I think Uruguay will do because Bielsa's a good manager.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what it takes to win things. So, but yeah, shock for Brazil to get knocked out, though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
But I mean, Saka quite rightly got player of the match yesterday. And
he was the best player. He was definitely the best player yesterday.
Yeah.
So Saka, you've seen how he plays for Arsenal.
But again, Saka's one of these. He's an inverted winger. Mickey could learn a lot from Saka.
Yeah,
it's late now, though.
Yep.
I know. So I'm back, guys. I've got to go through these comments here because I love it as well. And I have to be blacked out as well. But we're going to get some of the summarization in a minute before we go on to the next topic here. If you don't mind, guys, let's go through them and do smash the likes in, please, guys. Just keep them commenting. That'd be amazing. Gordon will be better in Kane's role. Everyone says Tony Watkins, but Gordon can definitely do it too. The problem is Tanji. I think that's a good point. I don't think Southgate would do that at all.
Southgate just doesn't want to pick him.
Nah, he won't pick him. He just will not pick him. I don't think Euro's been a good tournament apart from the underdogs. I have to agree, mate. Can already see exploring in the chat. What's the efforts going on? Yes, fair enough. We got to Mark, big United fan. Paul Mitchell, we're going to talk about him in a bit. Has an excellent work wide network and is very in touch with Consaf, Comabal, and AFCON as well. That's a fantastic point there, Mark. Thank you for that. As a United fan, I don't want Ashworth on what to pull. So congrats to you lot. Thank you very much indeed, Mark. I appreciate that, kid. I agree with Tony. We played better yesterday, but the Kane issue is the weak point in our team. It's like we are playing with 10.
It is. So far, it feels like we're playing with 10 men when Kane's playing.
Thank you, Tanji.
Thanks for that.
Somebody agrees with me.
Yeah. Southgate and a lot of the players can't take the valid criticism. I've never heard Trippier trying to the media when it's been criticised by us last season. This squad has a loose mentality, and that's from David.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I can see a point. To a degree there. I think Phil throws off the attacking chemistry of all the attackers, especially Bellingham. He tries to play his game for Man City, and the big problem is it don't suit anyone else. Palmer starts. He has to start the next game. Big up to Ian, by the way. Hope you're well, and I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Trippier kick off of the crowd after a weird match. That's a Bournemouth. I was there, and
yes, that one.
Bournemouth as well. Exactly. Mark's chatting to Down Night. Fair to say, Swiss bought on Shaqiri, and they wanted to win the game. The second half, at extra time, and we seem to settle for pens. Tony hardly got any services or touches.
No,
yes,
he
didn't. Switzerland were robbed. England had one shot on target 9 minutes. Again, born Luckster, Slipgate ball. Even if you win the tournament, it's undeserved and tainted. That's in beer. We limp. If you win it,
but sometimes, John,
you have to win it. You have to win it. You can't play it. Play pity.
Thing is, John, sometimes it's not always about the performance. It's about getting the result, and that is what's important. I mean, look, I'm not saying this, but if we went through, say, the FA Cup next season, and we were scraping through every round, and we got the final and won it by scraping through the final, would any of us actually be here criticising Eddie Howe, saying, "Oh, Eddie, you're shocking, all these tactics all the way through the FA Cup, we've scraped it"? No, we wouldn't. We'd be jumping for joy. We'll be ecstatic. We'll be shouting, "Eddie Howe's the greatest man going because he's won us a trophy for the first time in over 60 years," and we'll all be happy. We won't give a shit about the performance, and that's how some of these elite teams win tournaments and win cups and trophies, because sometimes they play absolute dross football. Arsene Wenger done it, didn't he? 1-0 wins, when Arsenal won the title. He done it. And you could see yesterday, Gareth Southgate was playing dark arts yesterday. I'm just waiting for Thomas Frank to come out with that one now.
Yeah, that's very true. Be celebrating, yeah. And I totally agree.
He was dancing money, Southgate.
Yeah, I'm frozen again. We'll just go for it anyway. It may come out in a minute. I like coffee. Hi to you. Hi to as well to people who's just joined, Gareth as well, and Peacock Leeds as well. Thanks for coming in. Trent was overheard saying another player didn't want to take the pen. Was it Kane? Well, he was subbed anyway, man. He was subbed off. He was talking about, but it wasn't Kane. He would have took the pen as well. 90% of the racial abuse was proven to be from abroad, Africa and Asia, but the media narrative was blamed England fans. This is all proven. That's going to be a thank you night to you, mate. But the way England is playing, don't you think fans would more likely score?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Not being impressed by France at all. I thought with the squad they have, I thought they would have been doing a hell of a lot better. But I'm very shocked by France. Own goal against Belgium and a penalty shootout against Portugal to get through, At least we've scored goals from open play.
Exactly. Hi to Jan, hope you're good.
Well, yeah.
Let's remember the French got lucky when the Netherlands had to go disallowed. Also,
that should have counted. And I don't know why that was ruled out.
Should have counted.
Hi, well,
Ian. I was a little bit happy when Cher scored past T-Rex. Germany and Spain both deserve to be in the semis. Well, Germany are not in the semis, but they got beaten by Spain. So I think you mean probably Holland, maybe. And Kane will be dropped. They want to make him the greatest England player. Well, the way he's at in a minute, playing the minute, he won't be. I think France, England won their semis, and England win Euros by pens.
Wow.
Big call there, Trevor. Big call, mate. Big call. But you could be right. After interview, Alan, penalties were first class, but we've been poor as far as performances go. 5 games now, not good enough. Be right back. Need to check fix the scene. People in the chat. No problem, mate. You'll be back in a minute, trolls. Tony's pen is the best. I'm with you. Shout a good game, rubbish Tony. Wow.
He did have a good game.
He had a good. I'm not saying he had a good game share, but he was very lucky to stay on the field for the tackles he was putting in.
Yeah.
Until the referee warned him not to do any more, or else he was off. He should have been sent off.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my stream's frozen again. I don't know what's going on here, Tony. I really don't know, guys. I won the Maastricht Cup in Holland '89, beat West Germany by 3-1. Is Southgate punishing Gordon because he plays in Newcastle? Well, I don't think so, mate. I really don't. But he should be playing.
He wouldn't be playing Trippier, would he?
Fact. Good morning to Geordie Terrier. Hope you're well, mate. Do subscribe to my podcast, mate. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, mate. And unachievable, but I put a bid in for Arla Gula for around 70 mil. Test the water. He's going to be a world class. That lad. Tangi is around Madrid.
Look at that free kick he had last night. I hit the post. What a free kick that we have bent back in.
Yeah.
What a talent.
What a talent. Afternoon to Mama Flossie. Hope you're good. Hi to you. Thanks for joining us. Read that sitting straight in Gordon, but he ain't going nowhere. Mate, he ain't going nowhere.
They've got no room for Gordon. They've got Doku, they've got Grealish, and they've got Savio coming in. So where's Gordon going to fit in?
Exactly.
It's just again, it's the Chronicle, or should I say the Comical? The Chronicle are getting worse at the moment, and I tell you now, it's a damn disgrace. If they went and done their research, they would see that Grealish, Doku play on the left for City, Savio's coming in the door, but instead they want to put it out there. You know, the Chronicle either need to just shut up and go away or just stop putting stupid clickbait tweets out there because it's just ridiculous now. And look, they're supposed to be in Newcastle-based paper. Well, support the bloody club and stop linking our players with moves away. The idiots, honestly. Lee Ryder and that lot. The only decent one out of them is probably John Gibson.
Yeah, I agree. The best one there is out there. And the great Alan with that as well. What are they're both the best.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but the rest of them, right? I'm sorry. Charlie Bennett. I like Charlie Bennett, but
Charlie
Musgrove as well. I like him, but I'm sorry. We need to do the research very, very quick because in a minute they're bollocked, a lot of them. Playing bigger on the right side. It's similar to Triple playing left back. They're both on the strongest foot. Well, I tell you what, we could come in the video later on. I'm gonna have to come out again, guys. It's just ridiculous. Like to play, that's me. Hi to Barbara. Hope you're well. Yeah, that's the problem, Barbara. I'm gonna sort this out a bit. I'm gonna ring up BT at some stage. This is just not good enough. Southie will be gone. Good to get his chance. I'm sure too good to ignore. Indeed, Alan. What an arsehole he is. Yeah. In and out. Yeah. And hi to Barbara. Hope you're well.
You're well, Barbara.
Officer, hope you're well. Can't see Gordon getting him in. Unfortunately, hope he does, but I can't see him happening. Interesting Newcastle news, by the way. Hi, boys. Big up to Danielle, and hope you're well. Use the squad on Wednesday, and all the team looking shattered after the game. But we've got to give it 2 more goals. We've got to keep going. Jim and Ineos love managers who scrape through wins, playing dreadful football, which is why Southgate is the right candidate for the Man U job. Cool.
Yeah, but he's got an extension now, hasn't he? So,
yes.
Yeah. It's been
Dan Ashworth put it out there saying, we have won trophies. Well, hang on a minute. You've only just gone there, haven't you? So how can he say we? But he says, Ten Hag's been a very successful manager there. Oh, okay then. Fine. Whatever.
He's winning an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup, but look at players he's had falling out with.
Look at
I'm going to come out again. I'm going to come out again. Sorry, because I don't know what's going on with this.
Sancho was disgustingly there as well.
Somebody who's got a mental health problem, instead of helping them deal with the problem and getting them the right help, no, just go and train with the kids. I'm not interested. It's disgusting behaviour from a manager. If Eddie Howe did that to one of our players, I would be fuming with Eddie Howe. I would be absolutely disgusted because I would be thinking, why? The guy needs help, help him. But I know Eddie Howe wouldn't do that because that's not Eddie Howe's thing. But for a manager to do that is absolutely just disgraceful.
And I'd be interested to see if Ten Hag lasts until Christmas. I'd be very surprised if it goes pear-shaped next season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they haven't signed any players yet, have they?
No. Well, he tried to get Branthwaite for 35 million because Ratface says that's all he's worth. And Everton said he's worth 70 million. But Ratface thinks he can just go and lowball other clubs to help them out with that PSR, thinking they're in trouble and they need to sell. That's why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's making people redundant, isn't he?
Yes, they're letting stuff go.
It's Mike Ashley Mark II at Man United, I tell you now.
That's why the song comes out, Old Trafford is falling down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not the theatre of dreams, it's a theatre of wet dreams, because obviously everything's going to be wet when there's rains, isn't it? So, so it's a theatre of wet dreams. And not that type of wet dreams, either, Peter.
Hey, Lady Sam, hope you are.
Lady Sam, how are you? You okay? Thanks for joining JSTV. It's fantastic to see you on here. We've got to go on to Paul Mitchell now to wrap up England now as well. Sorry, guys, we've been on England for about 40 minutes now, which is fantastic. Here's the thing. I agree with Tony. We did play marginally better. Gordon, Tony in as 10 and Saka on the right. We're born football, but we will unite Southgate if he wins the Euros. Agree on the Chronicle. And thank you for coming on there, Sam. Hope you well. If next summer you either get a new contract or you sell him with a year left on the contract, I think it's Todd Gordon here, but I hope that we get him to sign a new deal. Hi to Mick again, but I hope I get it sorted now. And Coffee, Trules, Barbara, hope you're well this afternoon. And let's go on to Sibucio. Hope you well, mate. I'm not saying Paul Mitchell's a bad sporting director, but instead of Man U signing him, they opted someone on the contract in Dan and Jesse Wilcox, Southampton. We're going to talk about that as well, on a different subject. Like we could talk about Paul Mitchell. Yeah, we could talk about England all day, but we've got to talk about Paul Mitchell.
No, yeah.
Start with you, Pete.
I'm looking forward to see what the
And
guy.
I'm frozen again.
I kind of wait to see what the guy has to bring to our club. I believe he'll help us get the right signings as well. Look at the players he's brought into other Premier League clubs, particularly Southampton. He brought the likes of Mane. Tadic was another one. Spurs, he's brought Son in. Dele Alli when he came from NK Dons.
Okay.
Kieran Trippier was actually another one as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what he's got to bring and to help us move forward as well. This appointment, I think, is absolutely fantastic. Very positive words from the man as well. And I'm glad this position got sorted out as soon as the snake left us. Because it's like it did gone quiet. It's like it came out the blue, this one. It really, really did. But I'm looking forward to see what the guy can do. I really, really am.
Yeah, I'll take Tony's comments in a minute as well. Rida Surki has signed for United. Not sure if it's true or not. Not yet, mate. Not yet at all. Paul Mitchell did not turn down Man U. Let's not lie to ourselves. And we need to believe what you will. Going on to Jan. Jan Stasher, hope you're good. Hi to Dave E. Hope you're well, mate. Sorry about me. I can't get back on the screen because I'm frozen for some reason. I've got to go. I've got to hide the screen. I do apologise. Theatre of streams. And if the We Win Trophy statement for the fans, every manager want to win a trophy. There are only 3 trophies, 20 plus clubs playing for the league. Yeah, very true, Daniel. Very true. You can only give 5-year contracts from the new rules. I don't really be 7-year contract now. I think they stopped it for some reason, and rightly so. Here's the thing. And now that Labour are in, we'll have to pay for Man U's new stadium. I tell you what, that's not the case. Glazers, House of Blind, they're getting Jim Ratcliffe on board. Anything goes wrong, Glazers won't be blamed anymore. Wow. Interesting. Let's have a look at this one as well. F saying hi to Sam, which is nice to hear. And got more comments there. I'm not liking all this Gordon being into Man City as well as Liverpool now. Don't like it one bit.
I don't think it's going to be. I'm not buying into that. If people, this coming out saying he's unhappy, yes, he's probably unhappy because he's going to get picked for England. That's what he's probably unhappy with. Mm-hmm. The guy just kind of get games for England. and the guy wants to play football. It feels like he's gone over there just for a holiday.
Yeah, very true, Pete. Very true. I totally agree, man. But look, at the end of the day, you should get this guy back now. Just say, look, just release Anthony, get him back to Newcastle, and then get him prepared for pre-season as well. Because at the minute,
there's no way Gordon would leave the England squad now. Not when they're so close to a final, because there's a chance of getting a medal around his neck. So there's no chance of doing that.
Sure, but he just wish he was given that game time. Look how I'm like. We're not saying this because we're Newcastle fans and he plays for us, but over 10 goals, over 10 assists last season, and he only gets a few minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, very, very true. I don't know what's people. I really don't. I can't even see myself on there. Unbelievable. Do apologise,
John. Why not try and close? John, why not try and close the
your browser
browse all down and then come back in that way? Sometimes it can do it that way.
Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll do that, lads.
Yeah, just come out your browser altogether, John.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that. Go and talk about Paul Mitchell, Tony and Pete. Just discuss it, lads. And I'll just come out, try again, mate.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously last week we saw Tuesday, the news came out that Dan Ashworth, the Snake, was off to Man United. We saw that come out, and the fee was 10 to 15 million, but now we know it's more 10 million. The fee, great bit of business by Newcastle.
Great business, and we didn't have to pay for hours to get him in.
What I'm thinking is, and this is the way I'm seeing it, and maybe other people might see it the same way, but I don't know if they will or not. But the way I look at this is, I think Man U have deliberately held back to buy Dan Ashworth off us, because what they were hoping for was that we would fail our PSR deadline and that we would get point deduction next season. Because it's funny how 2 days after the PSR deadline, they take Ashworth to Man United. Do you not think there's a coincidence there, Pete?
Aye.
See where I'm coming from? Because if they give us a 10 million quid before the 30th of June, that's helping us out with our PSR.
Yes,
and that would have meant only Minty would have gone out the door. So Ratface has deliberately held back until after the deadline, and he's probably hoped that we'll feel it, so that we get point deduction. But it didn't work. So, but yeah, good business to get rid of him anyway out the club. And then on Thursday, obviously, not only was it American Independence Day, General Election Day, when my watch buzzed, I think it was about 9 o'clock in the morning or something, and Newcastle United dropped a tweet. Welcome to Newcastle United, Paul Mitchell, our new sporting director. Straight away, I thought, wow, what an appointment. Excellent appointment. I was so happy with that. Probably the best one we could have had. I mean, look, we've been linked with Maldini, the guy from Benfica, Johanna Spors, and the one which I wasn't really overwhelmed with, if I'm honest, Johanna Spors. And I thought, and we had been linked with Mitchell, but that had all gone quiet. And I saw a lot of fans were getting a bit like, well, why haven't we got a sporting director? But now we've got him. And you look at his record, obviously when he was at MK Dons, he got Dele Alli in there into the youth setup. When he went to Southampton, Marnie, Tadic, Wanyama, Graziano Pelle, he took them over. When he went to Tottenham, he got Son, Trippier, Alderweireld, and Dele Alli.
Yep.
Leipzig, he got Christopher Nkunku, who's now at Chelsea. Danny Olmo, who's playing absolutely superb in the Euros at the moment for Spain. Another player we've been linked with in the past, Patrick Schick. Matthias Cunha and Muku Eli. And at Monaco, he signed Disasi for 10 million. When he was at Monaco, they were struggling. When he went there, he got them to 2 third-place finishes. From them struggling in like 17th place in Ligue 1, they ended up having 2 third places in Ligue 1. He'd done a lot for RB Leipzig and New York Red Bulls as well for the RB project. So the guy is an excellent signing. The thing is now, what I think is with Paul Mitchell being in now is how Eddie Howe was dealing with transfers. That will be taken away from Eddie Howe now. that'll all be given to Paul Mitchell, because that's the idea. That is the role of a sporting director. The role of a sporting director is he goes out and finds the players. Then he gives them to the head coach, which is what Eddie Howe's classed as an head coach, not a manager. He then gives them to the head coach and says, there's the players, you coach them. That's how it works now. That's why you see some managers, they don't get on with some sporting directors because they bring players in that they maybe don't want, but it's not their choice at the end of the day. It's up to the sporting director. So we just hope Eddie Howe gets on with Paul Mitchell, because we do think there was a falling out between him and Ashworth at some point.
I think there was as well. I think there was.
But if Eddie gets on well with Paul Mitchell will bring the right players into the club, because, as Paul Mitchell said, we want to be the elite football club. And when he mentions elite, that means he wants us to be top of the tree eventually. And I think he will get us there eventually. But I think we'll see some quality coming in. And I think we could be in for a good transfer window. Now, I'm not going to say we're going out there to go and spend £500 million in the transfer window or whatever. But I think we could go out there and have a decent transfer window. And to think the amount of contacts he's got, not just in this country, not in Europe, but worldwide, he will make sure we get the best talent coming into this club.
Yeah.
When you think he took Dele Alli from MK Dons to Spurs for £5 million. Dele Alli at Tottenham was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. He was probably up there with Jude Bellingham, right? Okay, he's lost his way the last few years. He's had a few issues, things like that. Things haven't gone right. But in his prime, Dele Alli was hot property. And when you think for £5 million from a League One, I think they were at this time, or League Two, they maybe have been.
I think it was League One.
League One. League One.
You brought them in, people would say, well, that's a risk bringing someone from there to the Premier League. But it proved it worked. And look how well he done, you know. So, look, he's got a good record. He's got a good CV as Paul Mitchell. And I can't wait to see what he's going to bring. He started work already, which is fantastic. He's looking for a new house as well up here.
Yeah.
So that's even better again. But I think he can bring a lot to the table. He's an elite sporting director, which is what we wanted, an elite one. I'm not saying Dan Ashworth was a bad sporting director, because, look, he brought Isak in. We all know the story. Romano put out that, here we go, Joe Pedro signing for £30 million. You remember when we done that show, John? I think we were doing that show at the time. We had the Watford fan on, and we were talking about Joe Pedro, how he was going to be signing for Newcastle United. And then it all of a sudden went quiet. 2 days later, Ashworth's in Spain bringing Isak back, you know, and Joe Pedro deal was thrown out the window. So, you know, but that's what happens. Sometimes you could be talking to one player and then a deal for another player that you really want to get a hold of, and you think, oh, well, hang on, we can get this player, he's available now, right? Okay, you dump that player and you go for that one. No disrespect to that player, but and no disrespect to Joe Pedro, but if you've got the choice of Isak or Pedro, you're going to go Isak all day long. And, you know, so he did well there. He did well on the Tonali signing in some ways, but obviously, you know, with the problems they had with the gambling side of it. But look, Tonali will be like a new signing next season.
I can't wait for Tonali next season.
Oh, man. I can't wait to back as well. I think I'll be brilliant.
Will not only bring the great players to the club, or bring decent players into the club, but he will also get rid of players that he thinks are no longer a good fit for the club.
Got to.
So the likes of Miggy
Time to go.
will now be worrying about their future, because Paul Mitchell won't mess about.
No.
Sean Longstaff could be another one out the door. He might say, I don't want to give him a new contract, I want him gone. You know? And look, there's no sign of a contract for Longstaff, and you don't hear nothing in the media about any Longstaff contracts, talks or anything. So maybe he is on the way out. Maybe we're just waiting for a buyer. You know, so again, it's going to be an exciting summer. There's probably going to be some outs, but there's going to be ins as well. And because he does a lot of trading, does Paul Mitchell as well. So look, we just have to wait and see. And you know, John, the Premier League as well. I mean, look, they're now investigating all these transfers made on for the PSR. They're even looking into Elliot Anderson's transfer to Nottingham Forest for £35 million. Now, let me just say, I think that's good business. And the thing is, Elliot Anderson to Forest for £35 million is probably about the right price. And I'll tell you why. Because he's been playing in the Premier League regular for Newcastle United. So it's not like he's just come from the youth team. He's had about 10 minutes in the Premier League and he's been sold on for a massive profit. He's actually played Premier League football. Whereas Kellyman, who went from Villa to Chelsea for 20 million, has had 36 minutes of Premier League football. And is not. And if you look on Transfer Market, he's not even worth £1 million, and yet they got 20 million. That's the ones you investigate, not the likes of Elliot Anderson. And the thing is, we've done nothing wrong. It's about time this fair market value crap was thrown out the window because it's absolutely ridiculous.
Get rid of PSR. It's bullshit.
It is. It's BS.
Bullshit. Kills football. Just
Kills
get
everything.
the hell rid of it, for crying out loud.
Facts. Absolute facts. I mean, the sooner they get rid of it, the better.
Because it doesn't feel like a Premier League now. Does it supposed to be one of the best leagues in the world?
In the best league in the world, Pete. It's not the best league in the world. And you know what?
No, it's not.
I'm going to do some match day vlogs as well. Not just for Newcastle, I'll do in Europe next season as well. I'm going to take it out, like, think outside the box as well. And I'm going to put my name out there. And also I'm going to get out there as well. So watch this space. Go for the comments as well. We've got loads to talk about as well. New links today. Lincoln City striker Liam Delap. I heard he's a really good U1 player and he's getting destined for the top. Southampton wants him as well, by all accounts. I found out about Mitchell in the gym at like 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. You must be late, Tino, mate. Obi don't go for an English player, English striker or right wing. It costs less in Europe and South America. I agree, mate. And Roy Jennings, and Rob Mitchell, an assassin. I like this. And he's on Trafford, that's gone dead, mate.
I think that could well be gone now since we've got John Ruddy and I keep forgetting to pronounce the other guys.
Flacademos. And there's me talking to Tino. I can't see us get another keeper out, to be fair. I don't know if he will. And a guy, Zibisio. So, guys, please tell me what's the difference between a sport director of football. Cars. We can't go from DOF to a sport director. It's very strange. Wow, Tony, can you explain that one to Zibs, mate?
They're both basically the same. They're just different titles, that's all. Dan Ashworth's gone to Man U as a sporting director, you know. And director of football, sporting director, whatever you want to call them, basically the same thing. There's no.
I don't think that would be so the same.
There's no much difference in it, to be honest with you. I mean, look, I see Tino's put in the chat as well. He says Pope's going to Celtic. Since when? I've never seen nothing.
I've not heard anything. There was talks of Dubravka going to Celtic.
Yeah,
Dubravka, Ian Dubravka.
Is it Dubravka? He might.
Because
that's the one I've heard, not Paul.
Yeah. But Ipswich wants Dubravka, but he says he doesn't want to go to Ipswich. He doesn't want to be in a struggling team. He wants to go to Celtic. And I thought, well, that's a bit poor saying that about Ipswich Town. How do you know they're going to struggle? They might surprise everybody.
You know, might surprise everybody.
I totally agree. They could surprise. I think Kieran McKenna's going to keep them up, you know. And
I'm glad he stayed on there because, and he didn't jump ship to Chelsea unlike the Leicester City manager did.
Fact. Dan Ashford's working against Eddie. It's pretty obvious now with all the secret emails, etc. For all we know, he could have been lined up Minty for Man U. Thank God for Garden Leaf. There. Trafford come to replace Paul. Yeah, we read that. That's not going to happen. He'd be off to Celtic. We could have signed Dele Alli, but Ashley off 3.5.
Yeah, that was 2015. But because Ashley was such a tight horse, we didn't have a manager at the time because Paul Dew just left us to go to Crystal Palace. Instead, we hired an assistant instead who said he was the best coach in the Premier League and lost 8 games in a row that season as well.
And then he took us down. No, got us relegated. Wow.
And nearly got us down, yes.
Well, we were lucky. Guys, do you realise Man U has a do-ref? Yes, we know that. Sibs, mate, we know that. How's you, Andrew? Hope you well, mate. Pete's gang. And all of them are very elite, best in the class. Time will tell. And The tune after. I'm not sure.
Roland, who was he called?
Never heard of him.
Let me just have a look.
Yeah, I'll go for the comments. West Ham.
Roland Salai, is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Salai, yeah.
He's a Hungarian footballer who plays as a right winger or an attacking midfielder for Freiburg.
Yeah. I'll get into more into this Bundesliga as well.
He isn't good.
West Ham to move for Anthony, and new reports suggest that takeover talks is poaching also from the West Ham Weir channel. That's interesting. First I heard it about Tony as well. Wilson to West Ham then. I hope that does. Weird sounds from someone, lads. I can't hear it, mate.
I think
there was before, John. I think it might be from you earlier on, John. Yeah. There was a weird sound.
Yeah, I think I took my clocked off, didn't I? Is it
okay,
like guys?
There's something else in the background as well.
Oh, I think it's gone now.
Yeah,
I think it's gone. Pope's going to Celtic. Nah, he's not going to Celtic. That's sorted now. Coffee is sorted, mate. Let's go for this as well.
Joke.
Oh, great. Gordon out, Isaac out. Why don't we just let Matt Todd go for that matter as well?
We're not selling Gordon or Isaac. Hopefully, Matt Target's a player we get out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hope so. 100K a week. What do you guys are watching? Certain Argentinian number 10 of Copa America? What an awesome Sunday. Messi. How can you guys ain't on to review anymore?
I still,
we do listen to it. Still listen to it, man. But
I still tune.
They haven't asked us.
Yeah,
but if the two TDR Fridays are going on, I do pop on there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and go back on there as well on Friday, because I've been really busy, you know what I mean. But if I get,
I always tune into them if I haven't got anything on.
Yeah, same here. What do you think of Kubo for Real Sociedad? Dave,
what a player! He's a player. Yes, I was going to mention him. Yes, Kubo is a brilliant player.
£65 million price tag on him as well. He is dynamic.
Do you know what it is, though, right? If we sign Kubo now, that would be a master stroke from the club. And I'll tell you why it would be a master stroke from Newcastle United. Because if we got Kubo now, we're going on pre-season to Japan, the land of the rising sun. And I'll tell you now, if we've got him in our ranks, that's going to send that country into raptures. And when we're going over there for pre-season, just think of how many shirts will be sold with his name on the back. Newcastle shirts will go flying through the roof because we know what the Japanese are like. You're mad on their footballers, like the South Koreans are.
Yeah.
You see the Tottenham for Son. The South Korean fans go there week in, week out, and they've got their little flags and everything, for Son. If we signed him ahead of this tournament, this pre-season friendlies in Japan, we could roll in it in money, and it could be an absolute money spinner, which only helps our FFP more as well. So look, who knows? One thing I did read, which I was quite interested. Actually, I didn't realise, but when we went to America last year, apparently Eddie Howe wasn't happy about that trip. He didn't want to go to America. He wasn't happy, and he certainly wasn't happy with the Australian trip either at the end of the season. And apparently he's not too sold on the Japanese trip, but don't know why.
I don't know why neither. It gets their names out there, mate. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? I mean, we're not playing in England, Eddie. We like you, but at the end of the day, we got to go to these tours. We got to go to America. We got to go to Australia. We got to go to Japan. We got to go to the Far East, to get our names out there. We want our clubs to be worldwide, be worldwide. And if you don't want to be that, you have the wrong football club, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm not being funny, but
maybe it's just because obviously it's a lot of traveling, John, as well. Maybe so. That's probably what he's thinking on as well. Which I can see where he's coming from. But
I see where he's coming from. But
when you want to be an elite club, you want to get your brand all over the world, and that's what it's about, getting the brand out there. Man U were very successful with that in the 90s, weren't they? Because I mean, look, we all saw the rumours, we all saw how true it was as well. But Mick Hucknall, the lead singer of Simply Red, who everybody knows quite well, used to do scouting missions for Alex Ferguson in Africa for African players. So I don't know if anybody knows that, but that's apparently what he used to do for.
All right,
he used to go to Africa and scout players for him. There you go.
Useful. Interesting.
Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. Great singer as well. Simply.
Oh yeah, very good singer.
What a singer!
What a voice!
Beautiful voice. It depends what you mean by the best league in the world. Yes, not the best football, maybe, but the most competitive league. Well, only for the big six, Daniel. Only for the
for the cartel.
Yeah, fact. He's been a struggling team for years at Newcastle, Hungary. Yes, class we read about him as well. And Dan Ashworth, the only person in Newcastle at the time who felt George didn't deserve a contract upgrade. Well, I tell you what, there you go. You find out, Man U fans, what this guy's all about. Do you know what I mean? Because I think you got a better deal out as well, 10 mil if it's true. And let's have this one as well. Man, Wilson needs to stay. I think I'm the only one who thinks the best finisher in the league.
With Callum Wilson, I'd only keep him if we didn't get another striker. And I do not want players like, of course, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which we've pulled away from finally, and players sort of similar to him as well. That's the only time I would keep Wilson. Yeah. Or if we do get one of those, but we keep Wilson and we have 3 strikers, something like that.
Agree. We agree. Kubo,
Andrew.
Well, at least it's going to Bayern Munich anyway. So
I'm surprised how that took longer than expected. Because I'm pretty sure that deal was agreed a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're losing the crown jewel in the Premier League. Called Elise as well. I mean, I tell you what, if quality players like Elise or Elise-esque in the Premier League is going to get pinched by German clubs and Spanish clubs and Italian clubs, right, because of PSR, then the Premier League is not going to be a good look for the Premier League. And I've said this for a few weeks now. What are the difficulties we face in signing Kubo? Is he expensive? He's got a 65 million price tag as well, plays Real Sociedad, and I can't see him selling many times soon. Because
you never know, John. Who says, like the Isak deal, that there's something going on in the background that they're not going to tell the fans and might make it come out the blue like they did with Isak. Because I think that one is probably going to be that one might come out the blue, that one.
Yeah.
You're saying that, John. You're saying about the £65 million release clause. But look, we were willing to meet the £60 million release clause for Elise, so what's another $5 million to the owners? And not only that, John, the other thing is, don't have to buy a player on his release clause. You could go to Sociedad and say, I'll tell you what, we'll give you 67 million quid and we'll pay it in installments, because with the release clause, you've got to pay it all up front, where anything over that can be paid in installments. And you could go to them and say, we'll give you 67 million, and they think, do you know what? That's a deal. And you pay it in installments.
Yeah.
So, there is ways around it with these clauses. I mean, look, Takefusa Kubo is, 23-year-old. He's left-footed. So, but he plays right wing. Aerial duels are his weakness, but high pressing and playmaking are his strengths.
Yeah.
It's 24 out of 30 games he started last year. Scored 7 goals, got 4 assists. Scored 6 goals with his left foot and 1 with his right foot. So he can actually use his right foot as well.
Yeah.
Something a certain player doesn't like using. He missed 10 big chances last year. But, again, he got 2 yellow cards all season. He had 1 error that led to a shot, but none that led to a goal, and he didn't give any penalties away. So pretty tidy player, pretty good disciplinarian as well. So look, yeah, I mean, he could be a cracking player for us if that's who we're looking at as well. If that's who we're looking at.
Yeah, I think, we could be after him as well, but we don't know what's happening in the background. Like Peter's just suggests, we don't know what's going to happen in the background. It can come out and say, whoosh.
That, like it did with the Isak deal, this could happen with the right winger. It could come out the blue.
Exactly. And that's how we do our business. Quietly. Did that.
I mean, Sociedad signed him from Real Madrid 2 years ago for 6.5 million quid. Well, 6.5 million euros, so about 5.5 million quid. 5 million. So, yeah, not a bad signing, was he?
I know, but he also played for York as well. So, now is that Sociedad. What a cracking signing. Anyone knows how much Toon actually got then? We don't know that.
We don't know.
No one knows. They're not going to tell us. That is the thing. You might get the one for, average Dubs, though. Let's take it in.
We need to get rid of Dubravka. He's finished.
Oh, he's done. He's done. Kubel,
he's finished all right.
Do first. Watson does for Tottenham. PR masterclass. Plus, he's an excellent player for the position we need. But see no rumours or links, unfortunately. And Sam, we don't know anything about it until
still time. There's still time. There's still time in this window.
Indeed. Big up to Lee NUFC. Big sign coming this week. I hope that is the case. Bruno gets some extra rest for Brazil going out of the Copa America last night.
Yep.
Absolutely. We need to get the squad back to put Austria right. Last time we did a preseason in Austria and Germany, we got fourth.
Yep.
We did. Shay Gibbons said Dubs had a great season.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure about that shit.
Look how many goals went through his legs and people were calling him the Dutch hooker.
That's what he is, a Dutch hooker.
Yeah, he is. Depay is a fee. Can't believe no has gone in for him, and João Cancelo, 10 million quid. They're both on huge.
Cancelo is a definite no for me.
Huge wages.
Depay, I don't think Depay is that good, is he? Because I don't know what he's wearing this bloody headband for at the Euros. Just looks bloody awful, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
He thinks he's a tennis player, doesn't he? Looks like bloody John McEnroe.
He does, doesn't he? Man.
You can't be serious.
And Cancelo is a definite no for me because the guy's got a massive attitude problem. And and no wonder Pep has sent him out on loan, and they're definitely trying to get rid of him completely now. So Cancelo's
Depay would be a lot in wages, I think, as well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he probably would
be
be
high. But
he didn't do well at Man U, did he?
Nah, not really. Tony, you got membership gifts as well. You got 5 people to nominate.
I have, yes. I've just popped that in there in my chat.
Yeah. Give us the 5 names. You know what? I'm moving now. I'm not frozen yet.
Yeah, you're all right, John. So the 5 memberships are gifted there. Mad Max got one, Trevor Turner, Mick, Ivan Lee, and Jake as well. So well done, guys.
Stuff. Well done, guys. Turn 50 this month, feeling old now, but ban a walk soon. That's some truths. Thanks for that information there. Eddie's on the payroll. He'll have to talk the line regarding tours. That's some key 88. United invested heavily in the market department of Asia in the 90s. That's why there are lots of Man U fans worldwide.
Yes,
that is the thing.
Yeah, they've had a few players from Asia, haven't they?
They have. Live stream just at the same time Sunday lunch. Thanks for that. Sure. I should probably want to duel in for Man U. That's why.
Well, he ain't going there.
Definitely not. PD, what? He is quality when he's fit. Should have been in the Euros.
Is he on about Kane there, Andrew?
Yeah, not sure. Could be. When he's fit, should have been in Euros. You need to give us a name again, Andrew, mate. I love the fingers of Don Solanke, right? I wouldn't have him.
No,
not for me. Not for me.
I think he's done well last season, but he can be a one-season wonder. That's his problem.
Got to do it again. He's got to do it again. Nick Vegas,
let him go to Arsenal if they're interested in him.
That's where he's going, Arsenal, apparently.
Yeah, I believe so. All the Bunny was too tight to mention my favourite songs. Yeah, he's done some good songs, hasn't he? I've got a feeling he's going to fall through. Mitchell was in the background as well. John said the same thing.
I did put another thingy on, John. You'll have to tell everyone what happened again with that Botman thingy.
Nah, I'll tell that one in a minute yet because it's the end of the show. Would you give Isaac a go in the shirt? Andrew, no, I would not.
No,
he is done. We have moved on from him, that guy. No way. Not a chance. We've got to move forward, not backwards, man. But good try, though. Did you know that before we got Isak, the club number one target was Ollie Watkins? Stevie G rejected our bid for around 35 mil, so we got Isak a better value for the money. Yes, we did. At the time, Isak was 22, just scored 2 against Barca. Watkins 25 and lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. Yeah. New Stato, big up. Call me your yellow, chat to Ian. And do you think Kubo's price tag is all a transfer key?
No, I wouldn't say
no,
so.
not really. No,
I
that's
think
a spicy.
I think we've got more than people realise we've got to spend. And look, just remember, we've just sold Mente and we've just sold Anderson for a combined, £71 million. So look, that's come in the door. You talk that times that by 4. So look, I think we've got more money to spend than people actually think. And remember, we didn't spend in the January window. So, there's the money that would have been used in January. I know we're looking at Edison in January. So look, I think we've got more money to spend. Plus, don't forget, PIF it's probably got the best accountants that anybody could get in the world. We've probably got the best accountants. Because and they'll be going through the books with a fine tooth comb, and they'll tell Newcastle exactly how much they can actually spend in this transfer window. So don't don't listen to the media when they say we've only got 100 million or 150 million to spend, when the likes of Craig Hope comes out and says, "Oh, we've only got 100 million," Mr. Doom and Gloom, as I call him. Wait, watch the club sign players this season. And the thing is, look, at the end of the day, only the club knows. Nobody ever gives their transfer budgets away, whether it's Newcastle United or it's Wrexham or it's Lincoln City. Not one club leaks out how much they can spend in the transfer window, because if they did that, then opposing teams, say if Wrexham did it and said, if Wrexham come out and said, "Oh, we got £50 million to spend in this window," as soon as they go knocking on the door of a fellow League One club, "Oh, we want to buy your striker," they'll bump the price up, because they'll say, "Well, actually, you've got 50 million to spend, so you can afford to spend this money." So clubs will never give away their transfer budgets.
Not in a million years. Not in a million years. Well said, Tony. You're absolutely right. If you want a marquee right wing, we need to stay away from MGW, and so on, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm off, guys. I'll catch you again. Good to see you again. Andrew's good to see you as well, mate. And make sure you don't be a stranger. Come back again, man, matey. Wish I was nearly 50 at St. George. Hi to George. Hope you're good. And Gordon's going nowhere. You got that one right, Gordon. Going nowhere. It's gone to that one as well. What is the expectation this season, guys? I want to win a trophy, mate.
Europe and win a trophy.
Yeah. But I'll give obviously I'm going to wait till the transfer window in full swing, and obviously that'll probably be in full swing once after next Sunday has finished the Euros, and then we should start to see deals flying about. But look, let's see what happens. And yes, I would definitely like to see us win a trophy. Go back for the Carabao Cup again. But look, wait and see. I'll take a top 7 finish again. That's what I'll say, top 7, because then I'm saying we'll finish anywhere in that top 7. But look, last season was a freak, right? Because
we were very unlucky with injuries. We could have finished that lower down the table as well.
Yeah, we finished 7th. We finished in a European place, what we thought was a safe European place. But unfortunately, Man United decided to upset everybody by having a fluke in the FA Cup. By fluking their way through the FA Cup. Again,
I thought they deserved it. I thought they deserved that, unfortunately.
Man
City just never turned up in that game.
But I felt sorry for Coventry, because I thought they were very close to beating them.
Yes, that was heartbreaking.
In that semi-final, they were lucky against Liverpool to win. And that's what I'm saying. The thing is, if they had just got beat off one of those teams, they wouldn't have won the FA Cup. We would be in Europe next season. That's what I'm saying. So it's just been one of those seasons where 7th place hasn't got you European football this year, because Man U went on and won the FA Cup and got Europa League. Although they nearly got kicked out of the Europa League because Ratcliffe owns Nice.
Yeah. And you know what it is, right? I mean, we didn't deserve to. It's not. We can't rely on United getting through to Europe because of our expense. Look at the games who could and should have won. We should have beat Luton at home, Bournemouth at home, Forest at home, away from home, lost to Luton, lost to Bournemouth away, Look at the games we should have won, and that's why we didn't qualify for Europe. So you can't rely on United to win the FA Cup. we got to look at our own affairs. We just haven't been good enough on that season. Yes, injuries hasn't helped us, but at the end of the day, the games
the deadwood's been found out.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why Mitchell's coming in.
Yeah, I'm hoping Paul Mitchell might go for this player because we've been linked with this player. And I'll tell you what, snap him up now. Snap him up because he is going to be hot properly and he's going to be one hell of a player. His name is Desiree Dewey. He's 19 years of age, plays for Rennes in France. He's worth £28 million. Yeah, he's an attacking midfielder. And I know people are going to say, oh, but we don't need any more midfielders. But there again, he's young, remember, 19. He started 17 out of 31 games last season. He scored 4 goals and got 4 assists as well. You know, so he plays that sort of role where Bruno plays and, you know, or Willock plays. And got 3 yellow cards. He's 19 years of age. It's not going to be long before he gets in the French team. And I'll tell you now, we need to be on this. And maybe Paul Mitchell might know of him and might be thinking, yeah, we're on it. I hope we are, because Desiree Dewey looks to be a hell of a talent. Yes. And I'm not saying he's somebody who starts for us week in, week out, but he's someone you got on the bench, and if you need to change a game or you need to give a player a rest, throw him on. Mm-hmm. It's a squad game at the end of the day.
Yeah. I agree with you, Tony.
Because he's 19, he doesn't take a Premier League place either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's the problem. That is a problem.
What do you think about that one?
I like him. I like his
good
player.
Yeah,
he's a really good player. Really good player. Trickery, skillful. That's what we need. I think you do fantastic.
Need,
You know what I mean? We always look for good players, guys. We always look for fantastic players. We're flying through these comments as well, and then we just scrape through. I met Mick on my way to Ireland, met him at Fairground on the way. Good on you, being man. Good on you. And yay!
Good on. Because he sang Fairground, didn't he?
He did. Good on you. I just want to say. I lost it. It's £100, mine coffee. £100.
Yes, 100 quid to the yeah. He said he would sign for AC Milan. Oh no, he's done.
Yeah. And but we're trying to get one of the lads. We're going to talk about it this week about do a transfer show this week. There's another player we linked to it as well. And big up to Ricardo. How come Southgate never plays with Gordon? If the players ain't cutting it, Southgate should pull them off. Just because Bella's a star doesn't mean he can get told exactly. Look at Roberto Martinez, scared to sub Ronaldo, where you got Jota on the bench. I'll be peed if I was Diogo Jota. My expectation next season, another good cut run. It's top 6 again. 7th. It's not just Gordon that's not played. It's Watkins and Bowen. Yeah,
very good point there. Yes, he barely played as well. Again, players that have just gone for a holiday.
Yeah, it's not just United's fault they won the FA Cup. Man City had too much to drink. You say nothing has played under Southgate. Nobody played under Southgate. Look against Newport. Yep, they were.
God, I remember that.
Oh man, it's embarrassing.
When Anthony scored against Newport and he celebrated like he just won the FA Cup, and I was like, pathetic, mate, pathetic. Probably because it's his level. That's his level.
85 million quid. Wow. Speaking of injuries, didn't they upgrade the turf surface? I could swear I saw that somewhere. Where's that too? Not sure where that one is, mate. Tells where it is. And there's also our fault for dropping points in games. We should have been winning. Exactly. I tell you what, Coffee, that's exactly what I just said.
That's
exactly.
Bournemouth,
yes, at home. Everton at home.
Yes.
When Dummett decided to be a WWE
wrestler of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So don't blame that Man U win the FA Cup. Just look after ourselves, yeah. Start winning games. Start winning the games, and we'll be fine. Big up to Andrew.
I thought you was Hulk Hogan.
That's what I thought as well. Let's go back later. I'm good, Andrew, mate. I hope you're well, man. And but there are 9 some Irons teams going for 7 European places. Some of us will be disappointed. Form time to come. Could well be. And I think there's from time to time. I meant to say some be disappointed from time to time. Yeah, I'll get you, Dan. Yeah. So how much money will do we cost? Don't we need to spend big on first team starters rather than youth? Do you know what it is, Macca? I think it's about time now I would get ready-made players come to Newcastle United. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to come in and make a difference. So we can push on for a title, probably for a trophy, and probably top 4 for me.
Yeah, I get
Trophy's a must.
I get where he's come from, John, but this is where the top teams buy these youngsters in as well, John. They buy them in and they bring them through.
Yeah.
Gula has gone to
Madrid,
Real Madrid. Same there. Man City buy youngsters.
Sadio.
So I don't, I understand where he's come from that one, but you've got to build a squad as well. And Dewey is a first teamer. So he's not like he's a bit part player. He's in that first team squad. So, and he's been, there's a few teams looking at him because they know he's going to be an exceptional player in years to come. So, if you're good enough, you're old enough, simple as.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree with you, and I agree with Maka as well. And do we start spending money on first team starters rather than youth? Gotta have to be. Bring them up.
Yeah.
And just like Minty, I'll go that one first. Just like Minty, fair dues. I think we don't get you up next season. How it's gone. Wow. I tell you what, if we don't get you up this season,
I think if we hit a real sticky patch and we are struggling, I don't think Eddie Howe will last, if I'm honest. Because I think this is a make or break for Eddie Howe this season, maybe. I think. But, I want to be wrong on that. But
I want to be honest.
I'm only saying that as it is. But the thing is, it's like any manager, if you're struggling, you're going to have somebody on your back. So let's hope that's not the case, because we've got a nice start to the season. So look, we'll start off with Southampton at home. Last time we played a promoted team at home, we beat them 2-0. Cher scored a screamer. Forest. So look, let's hope we get off to the right start. Let's hope we make Ryan Fraser's return to Newcastle a miserable one.
If he goes to Southampton,
I'd hate it if the wee man scores one against us.
Which is doable. I saw that Adam P. Big up to Adam, by the way. Ordered food with Dummett at the food counter. If John Tory PD had to feature for an advert called Newcastle player, who would it be and what would the season look like? That's a good question for me.
Wow. Who would the current one be?
That's a tough one for me.
I'll probably go with Bruno.
I mean, I met some players. So I met Bruno as well. Bruno's a lovely, lovely guy. He really is. And I had one for me. I mean, Jason Tin will be one of them, definitely, but he's not a player, unfortunately. But for me, I would go with. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with. I'll go with Bruno as well.
I would go with Isak. Actually, I'll go out walking the dogs with him. There you go.
Quality, man. Quality. That's bloody class. Bloody class.
A nice collection of them, isn't it?
Hey.
Yeah, I agree. Loads of dogs as well. But you know what? I think Isak would be good. I think if you look at it for me, I'll go with Bruno G. I mean, I'll go with Tonali as well. No problem going with Tonali. So I could try Spigatan into him as well. Problem is, how doesn't play the youngsters? Let's see, he has to play Anderson Manley come in because of injuries, to be fair. Well, Anderson's no longer here now, so he's off to Forest.
He's at Forest.
He's off to, he's gone. Real Madrid got Gula quite cheap because Dewey will cost double. And he will be double. We'll get you up because we're winning the title. Bet you a pint. All out for the league. Let's give him to go for it. That would be amazing. We won the title, honestly. 21 points for the first 10 games should be the type of start we expect. And you know what? Look at the fixture. I expect quite a few maximum points. On Bournemouth will be tough, by the way. Man City will be tough as well.
Spurs will be easy at home because we're always hammering them at home. So that'll be an easy game.
That's 3 easy points for us there.
And that's been moved to Sky now for the Sunday. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I've got to come back on that day as well. Unbelievable. Met Jamal Sells and North Shields in Fishkey once. A really nice guy, drove a BMW. I'd love to be on an ad with Rafinha at a coffee shop, having a competition. You can make better coffee art. Coffee, I'm not surprised. He loves Rafinha, Danny.
He'll always love Rafinha coffee.
He does. And for season killed Newcastle last season, we've got to be 4-2 down.
And
People were walking out. People were walking out after when the fourth goal went in. I stayed. And then
I stayed as well.
And then someone will question us and say, Did I left before the fourth goal? No, I did not. And then someone said to me, well, someone saw you left your seat. No, I didn't. Right? So, and I told him to keep his mouth shut, so I blocked him. Benvenuti for JSTV. Thank you very much. Grazie. The first game being muted for TV will tonight be back for the Spurs game.
That's what he's supposed to come back, isn't it?
Must be.
Well, you see, the original thing was when he was out for 10 months and he was banned on the 27th. It should have said the 27th of August, but for some reason it now says the 29th of August, which means he could have been back for the Carabao Cup game, but he's now not back till after that game, so he has to miss that game, unfortunately. But he's back for the Spurs game, but I expect he'll start on the bench anyway. He won't be a starter straight away because he'll have to build his match fitness up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because he can't do anything now, can he? But it's good to see Sandro back as well, which is fantastic. And it could have been a lot worse. He could have gone extended back.
And yet we see that Grass Fagioli was playing in the Euros, eh? Lovely, innit, eh?
Yeah, terrific. Him
and Zaniolo never got nothing done to him, did he? Got away with murder, basically, didn't he?
Exactly. And a couple more as well. I didn't want to read it out, but John did leave his seat. He got covered in water due to the Old Trafford. But at least I went there but we lost 3-2. I didn't get something anyway. Bosh. First game not moved for TV and agreed on bench 26 few game. I agree. Right, so just quick one before we wrap up the show, right? The fixture lists, right? It's come out for TVs and that. I mean, we got to go. Pete, we got to go to Bournemouth away for the second game.
Oh,
Bournemouth 2 o'clock. And
2 o'clock.
Hasn't even started yet.
No, fans up early in the morning for that one. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Right down on the south coast, so you're looking at around 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But it is just before bank holiday, but again, it's a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone gets a bank holiday off as well.
Mm-hmm. I could get a ticket for that game as well. I could buy a ticket for that game if
I was thinking of that, but I think that's gonna be one to try and put myself in for. But yeah, some of these they don't care about the fans at all, do they?
Yeah, they don't. Not at all.
Again, the fans aren't thought of again. That's the problem.
That's it.
You know, it always seems to be when we're playing a team on the South Coast, we're either playing at 8 o'clock at night, like we have done it before with Southampton.
Yep.
Or you play at 5:30 at night, like last season against Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
This time, it's a 2 p.m. kickoff. It's disgusting. No thought for the fans whatsoever. Okay, 2 p.m., maybe not so bad because it would normally be in a 3 p.m. kickoff. So it's only an hour less. But maybe that one's acceptable. But when it's like 8 o'clock or 5:30 at night, that's not acceptable. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, I totally agree, guys. Totally agree. That's for another time. We're going to talk about it as well, about the fixtures as well. We're going to wrap up the show there, guys, because I know you've got to go off as well. And like I said, thanks for coming in as well. Sorry about Copper Fools in as well, which is embarrassing for me. But it's been great, and the chat's always been amazing. So, Pete, where can we find you, man? Did you enjoy coming on today?
Brilliant as always. So down there, PD Proudlock.
Yeah.
Try and get on the way to 2,200 subscribers. We're not that far away now. So your support is always appreciated, as always. Next scheduled live show is, of course, Tuesday. Match preview for England against Switzerland. It's either going to be with just myself, or if any yous are free, I might if yous want to come on, if yous have not got anything on, because Mason is unavailable for that. He's out watching. It's either Shields or Gateshead he's watching, so he's going to miss that one.
Cool.
And after the England game, the live fan reaction show. So where we get people's views and let them have their say on the game, either in the show or in the live chat, which is you've been coming on a few of the shows as well, John, which has been fantastic. Tony, I know you have came on one of them as well.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what we got coming up. And if there's any news that is worth reporting on, there will be, of course, pre-recorded videos of that one as well. So, yeah, please do check me out. PD Proudlock. Help us on our way to 2,200 subscribers. As I mentioned, we're not too far away from get there.
Fantastic stuff. And Tony, where can we find you, man? What have you got coming up this week, man?
You can find me on my channel there. It's all black and white TV. Not sure what I've got coming up, but Wednesday I will have the pre-match for the England game. Big game against Holland. And it's not Switzerland, by the way, Peter.
Oh, well, sorry
Switzerland. We've already rolled them out. I've got the game against the Dutch, the pre-match show on Wednesday, when hopefully we will beat the Orange Men and go through to the next round into the final.
Right.
Either against the French or the Spaniards, who want to get through. Probably be France, because he'll probably fluke their way through that game somehow. And there'll be other shows this week. So, yeah, do catch up with them as well. And I did put a thing out about Paul Mitchell yesterday. If you haven't yet seen that, go and give it a watch. It is a good watch. I've put a few videos out. I put a review out this morning of the England game yesterday as well. So if you haven't checked that out, go and check that out as well and smash the likes. And if you're not subscribed, please do smash the subscribe on the channel, as I'm on the way towards 1,200. Thank you very much.
No problems at all. And thanks for Mama Flossie supporting my channel as well. Thanks so much to Mama. Thanks to you guys as well. And I know we're going to quick over to backstage as well. Guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. And as always, do follow John Sinclair TV as always. Numbers going up all the time. And as always, have a fantastic season. See you back in the next one.